Good afternoon, everyone. Today we will delve into John Michael Montgomery Ward, a professional baseball player, a lawyer, and labor rights advocate whose career and activism exemplified broader economic and labor trends in postbellum America. Ward's significance extends beyond baseball. He was a key figure in the battle for labor rights, challenging the National League's reserve clause, which effectively bound players to teams in a manner resembling economic servitude. His efforts culminated in the formation of the Players' League in 1890, an ambitious yet short-lived challenge to the baseball establishment. Through Ward's career, we can explore how the broader labor struggles of the late 19th century played out in professional sports.
John Montgomery Ward began his professional baseball career in 1878, a period when the sport was still transitioning from a loosely organized pastime into a business-dominated industry. Like many workers of the Gilded Age, baseball players had limited bargaining power and were subject to restrictive labor policies imposed by their team owners. The most infamous of these was the reserve clause, introduced in 1879, which prevented players from freely negotiating their contracts. By the 1880s, baseball was becoming highly profitable for team owners, but players, much like industrial laborers of the era, saw little of that economic gain. This disparity mirrored the struggles of factory workers who faced wage suppression and exploitative conditions under industrial capitalism. Ward, recognizing these injustices, took action. In 1885, he and other players formed the Brotherhood of Professional Baseball Players, the first labor union in professional sports.
Ward's most significant economic endeavor came in 1890 when he and his fellow Brotherhood members established the Players' League. This league was revolutionary as it was founded on the principle that players should have greater control over their earnings and working conditions. Instead of being mere employees, players were to share in the profits, creating a model closer to cooperative business ownership than traditional employer-employee structures.
Initially, the Players' League was a major success, drawing over 981,000 fans, surpassing the National League's attendance of 814,000. However, like many labor movements of the period, it faced immense resistance from entrenched business interests. National League magnates, led by Albert Spalding, orchestrated a financial counterattack, leveraging their connections and capital to undermine the new league. Owners lured players back with high salaries, cut backroom deals, and ultimately forced the league into collapse after just one season. Ward's economic vision, while unsuccessful in the short term, was a harbinger of future labor movements in professional sports. The battle over the reserve clause continued into the 20th century, ultimately leading to its abolition in 1975 with the advent of free agency. Ward's activism paralleled broader labor disputes of the Gilded Age, such as the railroad strikes of 1877 and the rise of the Knights of Labor. His struggle highlights how the economic structures of professional baseball were not isolated from the era's larger fights over workers' rights, corporate power, and economic justice. Despite the collapse of the Players' League, Ward's work laid the foundation for future reforms. By challenging the economic exploitation of baseball players, he foreshadowed the later victories of sports unions like the Major League Baseball Players Association. His career demonstrates how sports history is deeply intertwined with economic and labor history.
John Montgomery Ward was not just a baseball player. He was an early advocate for labor rights in professional sports, engaging in an economic battle against the monopolistic control of baseball owners such as Albert Spalding. His role in the creation of the Players' League and his broader fight against the reserve clause reflect the broader struggles of American workers in the postbellum American period. While his league failed, his influence on player autonomy and economic fairness in baseball still remains profound today. Thank you again, and I hope everyone has a wonderful week.